All right, so Kamala Harris has been doing a round of interviews, and she was asked a question about Democrats not codifying Roe versus Wade, even though they had a number of opportunities to do it, including, of course, when Obama had a supermajority. And Obama had said the Freedom of Choice Act is my number one priority. It's the first thing I'm going to do. And then when he got elected, he didn't do that. It wasn't his number one priority, again, even though he had a supermajority. So this is going viral for all the wrong reasons. Let's watch.
You don't have to abandon your faith, whatever that might be, to agree the government should not be making that decision for a woman. And so that's why I say, let women make those most intimate decisions. Let people make the most intimate decisions that are about what I call heart and home, which includes contraception, which includes same-sex marriage. Let them make that and be free to make those decisions without government interference.
Which, by the way, that's it is interesting, right? Because that argument conservatives make in other contexts, like just get the government out of my life and let me handle it on my own. And then this is an instance where, you know, the left position on abortion is like, let's get the government out and let people make that decision on their own. So there's a flipping of the general philosophy there. But look, it's a point I generally agree with. I think that I think Roe versus Wade was intelligent because it was very moderate approach to the issue of abortion, where you say first trimester it's a right, second trimester you could have some health regulations, third trimester if states want to they can ban it. That's what Roe was, and I think that's the correct policy. Now here's where it gets juicy.
Look back, did Democrats fail, past Democratic presidents, congressional leaders, to not codify Roe v. Wade over the past 5 decades?
I think that, to be very honest with you, I do believe that we should have rightly believed, but we certainly believe that certain issues are just settled. Certain issues are just settled.
Clearly we're not.
No, that's right. And that's why I do believe that we are living, sadly, in real unsettled times.
So she dodges it, and she's like, certain issues are settled. They're settled. And the guy's like, well, no, it's not. And she's like, right, no, it's not settled. Come on, man. We got to run that back. We have to run that back.
Did Democrats fail, past Democratic presidents, congressional leaders, to not codify Roe v. Wade over the past 5 decades?
I think that, to be very honest with you, I do believe that we should have rightly believed, but we certainly believe that certain issues...
Come on, man. She's just like, her brain is glitching, and she's like, how do I find path to sound like politician and say nothing but make it look like I say something?
Are just settled. Certain issues are just settled.
Clearly we're not.
No, that's right. And that's why I do believe that we are living, sadly, in real unsettled times.
Here, let me show you the way to handle this, okay? I'll show you the way to handle this.
When you look back, did Democrats fail, past Democratic presidents, congressional leaders, to not codify Roe v. Wade over the past 5 decades?
Here's how you answer that. Yes, that was a failure. But if you give us 2 more pro-choice senators, we will codify it, because that's what we need in order to codify it. Now, by the way, I don't agree with that argument, because I think Biden already has the authority to do free telehealth for free abortion pills. He could do that on his own right now. He could do the abortion clinics on federal land in red states right now. I think you can do an exception to the filibuster to codify Roe versus Wade, to codify Obergefell, and apply pressure on Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema and use leverage over them to get that done right now. So in other words, there are things they can do right now. But even being extra kind for the sake of argument in this conversation, the way you answer that is the way I just answered that. Yes, it was a mistake not to codify it, but don't worry. All we need is 2 more Democratic senators, and we can codify it, and we will codify it. So give us 2 more Democratic senators. That's all you have to say. But she can't bring herself to be like, yeah, that was a mistake. Why? Why can't you say that? Why is it so hard? Is that really that hard? It's not that hard. But like, it's that political DC brain she has, where it's like, if I give an honest answer to this, then I'm throwing fellow Democrat Barack Obama under the bus. I don't want to do that. So how can I tap dance around it and say absolutely nothing with my fake ass sincere face on? Look at that fake sincere face. I'm so sincere. As I bullshit you every word that comes out of my mouth. Man, it's just so frustrating. She doesn't have the political chops, man. She doesn't. She's not good at this. She sucks at it. It's amazing how bad she is at it. And what's the worst that's going to happen? If you say, yeah, it was a mistake, but give us 2 more Democratic senators who are pro-choice and we'll do it. What's the worst that can happen? What's going to happen? Is Obama going to text you and say, oh, it's a little unfair? Like, what's going to happen? Wow. Okay. There you go. It's seemingly every time she says something, somehow she comes across just as bad as Joe Biden, who's half dead. I mean, he is. He's a zombie, right? Like, the dude, the other day he read, repeat the line off the teleprompter when he was supposed to just repeat the line. He read, repeat the line. So he's reading from the teleprompter like Ron Burgundy. So he is a zombie, and still somehow she manages to look just as bad as him, even though her brain is, in theory, functioning. It's wild. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal, Kyle, and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.